The following is a commercial program paid for by Currie Health and Wellness Diagnostic Center. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and are not those of Nexstar Broadcasting Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Hello everyone, I'm Dave Woodman with Dr. Keith Currie and one of his happy patients, Joanne, who's going to share her story of failed back surgery and a second chance at life thanks to Dr. Currie. But before we meet Joanne, please grab a pencil and paper and write down the number at the bottom of your screen. If you call that number, Dr. Currie is going to send you a free report about neck pain, leg pain, all kinds of pain. The report is a $19.97 value. It's yours for free, though, just for calling that number. Do it right now. Now, let's meet Joanne. Joanne, Dr. Currie told me that you had an agonizing experience with back surgery. The anesthesia, I can't believe this, didn't put you to sleep. And you felt extreme pain as the surgery was being performed. What was that like?
It was awful. I've never had anything like that. I couldn't believe it was happening to me. You know, it's hard to even talk about even now. But I know people need to know what's happened. So it's really painful, Dave.
Well, that must have been terrible, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we call Dr. Currie in. But you also have scoliosis. That's an abnormal curvature in your spine. What have Dr. Currie's treatments done to help you, even after your disastrous back surgery?
He gave me a second chance of life, I'll just put it that way. My vertebrae were sticking out like big marbles down my back. I could not straighten up. I couldn't sit at the table to eat my lunch or dinner or anything. And I went to him in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. I think I scared him to death when I went in. But anyway, he put me on stretched my back, got my vertebrae back in place like they're supposed to be, and give me the laser. Like I said, he's gave me a second chance at life.
You have an amazing story. Let's talk to Dr. Currie about it a little bit. We'll get back to you in a minute, Joanne. Now, obviously, we are social distancing as we record these shows. We haven't talked much about scoliosis. That's a fairly common condition. You see people with that spinal curvature quite often. How did you approach Joanne's case to help her with all of the problems that she had, especially after that horrible surgical experience?
Well, Dave, you know, the machines that we use, what they do is they change the pressure inside the discs, and they work to get some fluid to pull back in there. Now, to most people that wouldn't really matter, you know, or mean anything, except the fact that when the discs lose their fluid, they can be bulged or herniated or a slip disc, degenerative disc, arthritic disc, spinal stenosis. People have heard those terms, but what does it mean? Well, what it means in plain English is that when that disc loses its space and it loses its water, then it pinches the nerves, and that's what causes the pain. And so those machines that I use are very effective at helping relieve that nerve pressure.
Know exactly what you're talking about. I ruptured a disc back in 1969. Fortunately, I haven't had a whole lot of trouble with it. But Joanne, you've probably already answered this question, but what would you say to someone who was considering back surgery right now?
Don't do it. Do not do it till you go see Dr. Currie.
Bless your heart. I know you've had that experience, and Dr. Currie has really, really helped you. And what would you say to those who may be just a little, you know, Dr. Currie's been practicing for 17 years. He's been on television most of that time, and a lot of people have watched, but they've said, you know, I just don't know about that. What would you say to those people?
Just go see him. You've got to talk to him.
Well, he's obviously really, really helped you. And is there anything you'd like to say to Dr. Currie right now while you have the opportunity on television?
Well, I'd like to adopt him for my son. He's done so much for me. I feel like I could take him and raise him. And I just appreciate him so much. When I told him what happened to me, I think I scared him because the surgery was awful. I know he's told you that they didn't put me to sleep or anything. It was just painful.
Well, congratulations to you from coming in a wheelchair and graduating to a walker and now on a cane and just getting better and better. And she looks so good, Dr. Currie.
Yes,
she
sir.
looks so good today. Well, I'm happy that you decided to give Dr. Currie an opportunity to treat you and make you feel better and get your good lifestyle back again, Joanne. Now, if you're among the many who have been looking for relief from leg or lower back or neck pain, hey, call this number, get your free copy of Dr. Currie's report, and get started on the road to a better lifestyle. Until next time, I'm Dave Woodman for Currie Health and Wellness Diagnostic Center.